first outbreak of what came to be known as Marburg disease occurred in 1967 in Germany and Yugoslavia, when monkeys were exported from Uganda. A CDC team at the time did come here to Uganda to try and find the source of this virus. We think they just may have been thrown off the trail because monkeys are, and primates in general, non-human primates, gorillas, chimpanzees, over the years have been proved to be victims, such as ourselves, such as humans. They get it somewhere else. So who knows, they might not have closed the circle and found the source at that time, even if they'd gone to the right places. Finally, last year, 2007, there was an outbreak of Marburg in a sort of a cave in which they were mining lead and gold called Kitaka. We looked at this and we said to each other, this is it, bingo at last. You know, after 40 years of struggle, this is going to be virus isolation.
You're driven to it, and you spend your existence conniving, scheming and all that to be allowed to go and do this. And you put yourself at huge risk. I mean, not just the possibility that you could be picking up Marburg or Ebola, but you go into the most dodgy places. You could be flying into a bunch of rebels, armed, and you do, who are there just to take what they can off you.
When it's classic Ebola and it's 75 or 90% mortality rate and bleeding symptoms, I think people can see that that's beyond the baseline of mortality right away. But this took a long time because the symptoms were not as dramatic. The real impact of Ebola will never be measured because all of the children who died of malaria or malnutrition or gastroenteritis and dehydration, whatever, who didn't come to health centers for treatment because they were scared. And we talked a lot about what we would do if one of us got sick, that, you know, to keep the other person from getting sick, because it would be worse if, you know, both of us were gone for our kids. But it was very, very real that we faced, we could die.
The whole point about Marburg and Ebola is that when there is an epidemic, it's such an acute thing that people are dying in front of your eyes, and selectively in many of these outbreaks, it's been medical people, doctors and nurses, and these have been in very remote and forlorn areas where it's difficult to keep those people there anyway, and now suddenly they're dying out.
Dr. Jonah was so brave, and he actually had that feeling of trying to assist the people whenever they had a problem. He took the initiative to go there, to find out what is actually happening.